fun-looking game on Monday Night Football. Vikings and Bears. Joe and Jingles coming at you with 5 total best bets for the big game. Let's get right into the action. I'm going to get us started with over on the total of 43.5. I thought this would open around 47, 48, but here we are with a lowish number that I'm going to take full advantage of. So obviously, I think that the Chicago Bears, who are stacked at the skill positions, are going to be much better offensively this season under Ben Johnson. As for the Vikings, big picture view, was this offense so successful last year because of Sam Darnold? Well, he certainly played pretty well for them, but the history of this team under Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback position has been plug and play. And they've been pretty successful offensively every single year under O'Connell. So even if McCarthy is above average, I think they're going to be able to find their points. Okay, let's take a look at the other side of the ball now. The Bears coming off a very bad season defensively. They ranked 30th in yards per play allowed. The Minnesota Vikings, they scored 60 combined points against them in their 2 games. Brian Flores, everyone wants to wax poetic about how fantastic he is, but this defense has not been fantastic when they've gone up against good offenses. So the Lions dropped 31 on them twice with Ben Johnson as the offensive coordinator for them. We saw the Rams get to 30, Packers got to 29 and 27. Go back to 2023, Ben Johnson as OC of the Lions. He got to 30 against them twice. So different personnel, I understand, but Johnson has owned Brian Flores. I think this is a low number. We're going to go over the total for Monday Night Football. Okay, the man in the spotlight, both quarterbacks are. J.J. McCarthy is one of them. You have a prop bet for him.
Yeah, let's go over 3.5 rush attempts, minus 105 at the time of the recording here. Projections love everything about the J.J. McCarthy running game. His over 11.5 rushing yards, his TD at 400 or better. He's just going to be a hard guy to price right now. Road, divisional game, NFL debut. The game's going to speed up, could create more scrambles. But that's what happens with rookie quarterbacks. Just look at last year's numbers. Bo Nix, first game, 5 rushes, 35 yards, touchdown. Drake May, 5 rushes, 38 yards. Jaden Daniels ran 16 times in his first game for 88 yards and 2 TDs. Caleb Williams also ran 5 times for 15 yards in his debut. And you talked about it in one of your bets this week as well, Joe, talking about kneel down equity. I mean, Minnesota could win this game. We could see 2 kneel downs at the end. And one thing, there might be some first half kneel down equity in the situation where maybe you don't want J.J. McCarthy to do too much in the final minute where there's 36 seconds left on the clock. Just take a knee, go to the half, and then see where we go in the second half. I'm also on his over 1.5 passing TDs at even money or better. The projection here is 5 rush attempts, which is actually playing plus 200. So give me the over 3.5 from the Minnesota, what we're going to call a rookie here this year, pal.
Okay, baby. Prop bet number 1 for me. Let's go DJ Moore to go over his receiving yard number at 56.5 yards. So here's a stat that might surprise you. The Minnesota Vikings allowed the second most yards to wide receivers last season. So let's target the Bears' number 1 guy at a pretty modest number here, 56.5. Super quick breakdown here. Check out what he did against the Vikings last season. He caught 15 of 15 targets in 2 games against them. He had a season high 106 yards in 1 game. Go back to 2023. He had a 114-yard game against them. So we'll take DJ Moore to go over his receiving yard number. Okay, Jingles, I love these little dinky bets. Yeah. And you got a little dinky bet for us. Break it down.
Yeah, little dinky bet here. Olamide Zaccheaus, under 1.5 receptions, plus money, plus 130. Sweaty, yes. Most fun, return on investment, not so much, but ugly is good sometimes when betting NFL props. I think this is good to plus 110. Projection, 1.6 catches. And that's with Caleb Williams projected to finish in the top 10 this week in attempts at 33. There are just too many mouths to feed in this offense. More. Romeo Dunza, Swift, Loveland Komet at the tight end position. And then second round rookie receiver Luther Burden is actually the wide receiver 3. So Zaccheaus, who's on his 4th team in 4 years, projected wide receiver 4 and the 6th option in the passing game. Lucky if he gets 2 targets in this game. So little dinky bet plus money, but an absolute one of my favorites early on because you know what? Down the list, number 6 option just ain't going to see it a lot of the field, hopefully.
Okay, let's bring it home with DeAndre Swift to go over his receiving yard total. Number sitting there at 14.5. So Ben Johnson absolutely loves to use his running backs in the passing game, and he had a lot of success with his running backs last season as OC of the Lions going up against his Vikings defense. David Montgomery went for 39 receiving yards in his one game against the Vikings. Gibbs went for 31 and 44 in 2 games against the Vikings. Now, we saw Swift post a 35 receiving yard game versus the Vikings last season, and he did average 22.7 receiving yards per game in 2024. So look for Ben Johnson to find a couple openings for Swift there in the pass game. Okay, that does it for our best bets for Monday Night Football. Make sure you are subscribed to the Covers YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video as well, and make sure you check back for all of our best bets for week 2. Enjoy the game. Best of luck.